Good morning again. So we just hooked up SignalR on the client side. So what we're going to do now is hook it up on, we hooked it up on the server side and we can see everything is running. So now we're going to hook this up inside of our app. So the first thing that I want to do is install SignalR. So I'll do an npm install at ASP.NET -SignalR dash client with a save. Okay, and so now that that's done, I want to look at my app component. And when I get my event here, I want to do so what I want to have is a function in here called has connected to hub, which is going to be false. And then I need to have a new service, so ng generate service called services. And I'm going to call this my web hub service. So if I look in web hub service, what I want to have in here is a constructor, and then I want to have a function called connect to hub. And in this, well, the first thing I want to do is get my access token. So that's a private OAuth service called OAuth service. And in this, I do a this dot, and we're going to have a new private called hub connection, which is a SignalR dot hub connection, which means we need to include my import everything as SignalR from my ASP.NET -SignalR. If I look here under my node modules, it's called says this package has been deprecated. Use ASP.NET SignalR instead. For Lauren Phantom, this is Angular CLI. We're working on the front end right now. I'm using SignalR as my data transport layer. There we go. So it's this dot hub connection. And we're going to say it's equal to a new SignalR dot hub connection builder. And I want to use my with URL here of my hub URL plus the question mark token is equal to, and we're going to have that equal to my access token. So let's grab the access token here. So at const access token equals my this.OAuth service.get access token. My hub URL is here. And this needs to be built. So now the next one is I want to do this. This is going to be my subscribe, my hub invoked methods here. And I'll just have an example of this as a hub connection dot on received message, which has this object type. We're going to pass in this. And then at the bottom of this, we want to have a this dot hub connection dot start. Okay. We're also going to want to have a disconnect from hub. And we're going to say if this dot hub connection exists, then we're going to do this dot hub connection dot stop, and then this dot hub connection dot is equal to undefined. And then we want to do is connected here as a boolean. So here, this is going to be a, if this dot hub connection dot state is not equal to 0, then we're going to return true. So this is a return just this one statement. Looks good. So back in here, you can get rid of this has loaded profile. And so on my OAuth event, I want to get my access token here. So if my access token does not equal to undefined, and it does not equal to null, and it does not equal to nothing, and this dot is authenticated, and it has not connected to the hub, then what I want to do is set this dot hub has connected to hub. And then we want to do a this dot hub service, which is called my web. We'll need to inject here a private web hub called web hub service. And then it's this dot web hub dot connect to hub. And I'll do this from a global service called my allie.chat web API URL plus web app. Now it's actually called web hub. Okay, so now the next thing is on this. Like that, okay? Let me close this and reopen it. We need to add in here a Web Hub service. Okay. This is where we're getting our user here. And then I want to do a ng generate service called globals. And in this one, I want to have a new allie.chat web API URI is a string which is equal to http://localhost. And what is this running at? $54494. So I can just inject this up here as a private globals service called globals service. The other place that you want to do this is on init. So we'll do a const here called access token equals this.os service.get access token. And then I want to do an if my access token does not equal to undefined, and it does not equal to null, and it does not equal to nothing. And this dot is authenticated, and it has not connected to the hub yet. Then I want to do a this dot has connected to hub is true, and I want to do a this dot hub web hub dot connect to hub at my this dot global service dot open allie.chat web API URI plus the web hub. And that should do it. That should now connect us to SignalR. So this is running. Let's do an ng serve on our app. And here's is. We take a look at what's happening. It'll log me in, and it's connected. We're going to get my context, which is good. We're going to get my token, which we got. We're going to get my user info, which we have. We have the preferred username and sub. It's going to error on connection because we don't have that table in there yet. But that's great. if I was to reload this, what I want to do is on my startup here under my identity, the first thing I want to do is remove my course policy that I added in here. And the second thing I want to do is the same thing here on startup. We'll try it again. Good. Now what it's saying, it's been blocked, which is what I was expecting. If I log in again using my admin account, okay, good. It says that it's not allowing it. If I just ran this again, this time I'm hoping that it invokes my... And it did. So it stopped both of them. So in startup here, let's add back my course policy. And go this. And I want to change this just a little bit. To say, allow any method and allow any header. Let's try it again. We'll log in again. Good. This time it hit the web API. And if I look at my user claims here, you have sub and you have a, I thought there was like a preferred username in here. Whatever. Okay, so that worked. So back here in my course policy, I want to say allow credentials. Try it again. There we go. Now SignalR is working and my web API is working. So we're happy. So we can get rid of this. And then I think we're about ready now to start working with our actual app. I'm thinking before we move forward, we've got the web API running with SignalR. I think we're good to go. So let me go into source tree. And I'll make a commit here. And I'm just making sure I'm not adding anything bad. And I'm going to say that this is added SignalR on server and client side. And push that out. And all right. Now I think the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to finish up our Angular material setup.